Welcome. My name is Alex and I'm from Aurora Expeditions. I am very excited to be here today to share a little bit more information about our upcoming voyage to the Arctic with the wonderful team at Solar Connections. I'm now going to turn off my camera so you can look at those beautiful, beautiful pictures. Now, before we look at the voyage itself, I wanted to give you a little bit more information about Aurora Expeditions. So we've been doing expeditions from day one, and that's over 32 years ago. We are very much an Australian company. In fact, our founder was this guy called Greg Mortimer. Now, some of you may know of him. He's the first Aussie who summited Mount Everest without supplementary oxygen. So we certainly don't expect you to be as adventurous as him, unless you want to. But yes, what we are about is definitely exploration and discovery of those nice, beautiful, breathtaking, remote places. While we do that, and that's been the case from day one, sustainability is core to our business. We want to go to these places, learn about them, but we also want to protect them at the same time. So I'm proud to say we are 100% climate neutral, meaning we mitigate for all the greenhouse gases that we create. And whatever we do, whether it's on the ship, off the ship, we have a number of initiatives to make sure we protect those areas, the wildlife, and the communities that we visit. So when you think Aurora is small ships, small groups, because you have this atmosphere on board, which is very relaxed. Also, the fact that we're an Australian company. But yes, our goal is really to spend as much time off the ship to go and discover and learn about all these wonderful places. We've got purpose-built ships, which I'll touch on very shortly, and a number of activities in the book. Now, in terms of what's included, pretty much everything is from Wi-Fi to a photographer on board to your boots, jackets, the boots you leave on the ship, but the jacket you take with you, and of course, landings, Zodiac cruises, and so on. Now, the design of our two ships, we've got two now, and the technical term is called the X-bow. Now, what this X-bow, which is essentially an inverted bow, allows us to do is to cut through the waves. Now, while we do that, we actually have smoother crossings, faster crossings, because that's what we want. And also it's better for the environment. So you can see the ship in action. That's the Great Mortimer in Antarctica. And here's a bit of a closer view. So it does push the ice, but yeah, it's a bit like it looks a bit like a dolphin. So here's the X-bow. Now the ship we will go on for this Iceland, Jan Mayen, and Svalbard expedition is our second ship, the Sylvia Earle, even newer. She's been cruising since December 22. Very similar ship, as you can tell. The main difference is those windows at the front of the bow, which you can see right here, and different color palettes as well. But aside from that, they are very similar ships in terms of where everything is. Here you can you'll see a bit of the different areas, and here's the inside of those windows you were looking at, and upstairs you've got the library. Here's the observation lounge and our lecture theatre, which is where all of our experts will be giving talks. So you could be listening about talks on the flora and the fauna with our naturalist, or tales from explorers, from our historian, you name it. You notice in the dining area that there are a majority of big tables, and that's on purpose because we want everyone to sit together, including with our expedition team who have incredible stories to share. On a sea day or when you come back, some of you may want to go and visit the gym, or if you prefer to relax, We have the sauna and another place very much with a view. So pretty much views all around the ship because we do not want you to miss out. Now here's one of the cabins on the Sylvia Earl. I'm taking you on a bit of a tour, and you can see spacious, lots of storage. You even have a USB port to charge your devices. Now most cabins have balconies. The place that doesn't have a view is our mudroom. But what you do is you go and put your gear on, and from there, there's a door which takes you pretty much straight into the Zodiac, as you can see right here. Likewise, for our kayakers, at the back of the ship, there is an activity pontoon, a floating pontoon from where our kayakers can get on quickly and easily. In terms of talking about activities, there are plenty of activities which are included. We talked about some of those already: Zodiac cruises, walks, hikes, photography, lectures, you name it. There's also something called citizen science. Now, that will give you the opportunity to help organizations like the one you're looking at right here with their research. So what we do is we help those scientists to collect data and organizations to collect data to help with their research, which is quite fun. So you could be looking at the different bird species, and we'll be sending that to an organization called eBird. Our expedition team is a big part of the experience. We've got a big expedition team because we want you to spend a good amount of time with them, whether it's over a meal or when you learn from them in the theater or at the bar. Destination-wise, just to give you a bit of an overview, we do go to Antarctica and the Arctic, and also a couple of places in between, such as Costa Rica and Scotland. But today we are here to speak about this amazing voyage to Iceland, Jan Mayen, and Svalbard. So two volcanic places, so beautiful, beautiful landscapes, and then an icy landscape in Svalbard. So let's start with Iceland. Ironically, Iceland is green and Greenland is icy. But Iceland is a beautiful, beautiful spot with lots of stunning, lush scenery. You can do some incredible walks where you can connect with nature and, of course, see some of those amazing waterfalls. In terms of wildlife, you might see a few bird cliffs with puffins. And again, those waterfalls that Iceland is known for. Then we've got the geysers, which is obviously part of Iceland's volcanic area. Now, talking about volcanic landscapes, we then head to a place called Jan Mayen. Not many people have been there, which is exactly why we do. We're gonna go and explore this beautiful part of the world. Jan Mayen has the only active volcano in Norway, and it does look a little bit like something out of Jurassic Park. We'll go Zodiac cruising and see some of the bird cliffs. There are so many, many birds, including black guillemots, like you can see. They remind me a little bit of penguins, but also kittiwakes and a few puffins as well. If we can, we may do a landing as well. So again, you can see how truly volcanic this place is. And next we head to Svalbard. So Svalbard, as I said, is very much about those icy landscapes. If you're lucky, you might hear the ice as it's calving, which sounds like thunderstorm. It is really, really special. Now, Svalbard is also one of those places where you're most likely to see wildlife, and especially polar bears. So this was filmed in Svalbard, and I can vouch for this. We do everything we can to try and go and look for them, of course, from a safe distance. There's other wildlife as well in Svalbard, bird life, of course, but also we might spot a Svalbard reindeer or some walrus. and even some whales. Now, wherever it is safe to do so, because remember what I just said about the polar bear, we will do some beautiful hikes. And quite surprising, when you see all that ice around you, you do see some pretty colorful flowers as well. And this is where the trip ends, in a place called Longyearbyen. So fantastic place, and it really gives you a sense of how remote you really are. Now, for those of you who are interested, you can also book an optional activity, kayaking. There are only a few spots left and it does book out. So do definitely tell the team at Solar Connections if you want to book this sooner rather than later. Now, just a few tips in terms of what to pack. And don't worry, because the team will provide you a list closer to the time. But definitely up on your list, on top of these, you know, I should say more traditional list you're looking at right here, bring some binoculars. You want to see those wildlife. Of course, for polar bears in particular, you need to be at a safe distance. So having those binoculars will be a great tool. Now, dry bags are great because you can put dry bags and waterproof bags, because you want to make sure you put your camera in there, and have a spare battery for your camera. Now, for your camera, you'll find that in colder places, the battery tends to drain quicker. Hence why we recommend that. But like I said, we will send you, the team at Solar Connections will send you some tips and a packing list. So I hope this gave you a bit of a better idea of the experience that you will get on this wonderful expedition. And on behalf of the team at Solar Connections and Aurora Expeditions, we really look forward to seeing you on board. Thank you so much.